Hello, my name is Matthias Convoluted. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Avengers Forever story. It's 12 issues long, written by Kurt Busiek, art by I was going to say Salvador La Roca. No, Carlos Pacheco. Carlos Pacheco's art, fantastic. It feels like it's timeless. Sat down to reread this the other day, and I really admire his art style. And the thing about this particular story, okay, so the plot is insanely convoluted and overly complicated, and at moments unnecessarily overly complicated, because like when Kang pops up in a story, you know you're gonna have to deal with stuff like that. But you have Kang and Immortus in the story, so it's doubly complicated. But the story's worth reading. It's a lot of fun. It actually explains a lot of loose ends and plot holes within the Avengers mythos. So today we're going to cover the first 4 issues. And what we see at the beginning of the story, and spoilers, it's worth reading. It might be a little bit of headache at moments. Yes, just stop reading it and go back to it later. But again, it's worth it. And focuses on Avengers and characters that at least I really like. So we start with this. We see this force, intergalactic force, like intergalactic police, that are themed as the Avengers, and they're very heavy-handed. They're going across the universe, basically taking over everything. The Timekeepers see the situation and conclude that the Avengers will evolve into this and they have to stop it. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to recruit Immortus, who actually already works for them. They don't have to recruit him. He works for them to make sure that the Avengers disappear from the timeline. Like that. But the thing is, Immortus is going to go up against the Avengers. And oddly enough, the Avengers are going to end up teaming up with Kang. So prior to this, Rick Jones got his back broke by the Hulk. Then he comes down with this weird intergalactic sickness. The Avengers take him to the Supreme Intelligence to see if he can cure him. Jones and the Supreme Intelligence both have history together, so they leave him there for overnight. We have Libra from the Zodiacs also arriving. He's a pretty important character. Come Moonraker or something like that, but he has no idea. Like the Avengers, when they cross paths with him, like they're not sure if he's the villain or one of the ex-members of Force Works at first. This sends Tempest to take care of Rick Jones, because Rick Jones is the one responsible for uniting the Avengers in the first place. Kang arrives, easily disposes of Tempest, and Immortus sends more of his forces. We get an all-out war. And Carlos Pacheco's art in all of these scenes is fantastic. The action, there's a lot going down on each page. It's fun to look into the details and see how much he put in each page. So the Supreme Intelligence, having this very similar what he did during the Kree Skrull War, he taps into Rick Jones's potential. It's never really explained how he can manifest heroes. Basically, Rick Jones, once he's stimulated by intelligence, brings Giant Man, Wasp, Captain Marvel, this is Genusville, Hawkeye, Songbird, Captain America, and Yellow Jacket. Defend him, and I just started to think stimulated by the Supreme Intelligence sounds sort of weird, but sorry. So get into the second issue. This team of time-displaced Avengers join in on the battle. They don't understand anything what's going on. They all come from different moments of time. And the character that most interests me, and that we're going to get further, he's going to be like the main character coming out of this miniseries, is Genusville Captain Marvel. Because Marvel sort of presented him during the mid-90s to be the successor of the original Captain Marvel, but it sort of didn't work. So this is like their second time around with this character. I love his character design, and I really love this series. So this particular series, the Avengers Forever one, the first 4 issues, it takes a while to get started. Like it takes a while. We have the team sort of dealing that they're time displaced, coming to grips that they're actually teaming up with Kang. Kang actually tells him, he's like, look, Immortus wants to cut off all the fun timelines. He's cutting off all my possibilities of conquest. So Avengers, please help me. And the Avengers actually side with Kang. They do realize that Immortus is trying to take him off the table. But siding with Kang is sort of a really weird decision. So we get a little bit of a rundown which situation each Avenger was at the moment when they were pulled out of the timeline. Yellow Jacket is sort of in a psychotic phase. Wasp, he sees the contemporary Wasp of the Avengers during that particular time when the series came out in the late 90s. Songbird, during this time, she was on the Thunderbolts, but now later on in the unforeseen future that never takes place, she was on the Avengers. She was teammates with Captain Marvel. Captain America is dealing with this, that something really messed up happened. I think the story arc was back in the 70s when the Secret Empire infiltrated the US government, and like he's having a crisis of faith. We have Hawkeye, who's actually wearing the Goliath costume, but he's back to being Hawkeye. So after the team decides to sort of side with Kang, what they do is after Kang destroys Chronopolis, like the city that Kang had created, and steals the Destiny Crystal, Avengers realize that Immortus is trying to modify 3 specific moments in time. And so they go to those 3 specific moments. One is the Old West, the cowboy times. One is in the future when the Martians attack Earth. Also in the 1950s. So it's sort of cool because we get to see 2 different alternative versions of the Avengers. First, the future one, we have Killraven, character I've never seen outside of the story. I know he was created in the 70s. Thundra, Crimson Dynamo, Old Man Black Panther, and Jocasta fighting against the Martians. And in the 1950s, they fight the 1950s Avengers, who are actually the agents of Atlas. So you have Manbot, or Human Robot, Marvel Boy, Venus, 3D Man, and Ape Man. And really, in issue number 4 is where the story starts moving. Like you have 3 issues to build up until it starts hitting its own stride. So if you haven't read it, I do recommend you guys read it. Have a fun time with it. See you guys next time. Bye.